Ira Epstein with your Spider ETF market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for Wednesday, and we're at the 31st of August, 2022, 6 p.m. Central Time. Well, interesting day. Still a pretty reasonable amount of red on the screen, as you can see. You're getting a few bids here, like in Rivian. That was one of those that got one today. EEM, UFO got one. XLC, but a lot of them down. Still can't get a bid out of AMC. Disney's still falling. You're still falling in Apple. If you look at Twitter, down another 57 cents today, tried to hold up. You know, this will try to wear you out as an investor. Can Musk get out of buying it, or can he get the price lowered? If he can get it lowered, what is the lowered price? Is it $50? Is it $45? Is it $51? Is it, who knows? Tesla itself under some pressure. Not surprised there. You know, I look at Tesla and I see all these new cars coming out. I'm a car buff. So I get more on the internet, you know, through my phone, magazines than you could imagine. And I get something every day, and I love to read it. And these electric cars that are coming up from the big manufacturers, some of them are going to give Tesla a real run for their money. There's been no other real choice other than Tesla. And now once you start getting luxury cars, the Lyric is an example. I can't wait to get in one to see just what it is. I think we'll get some feeling as to, are the other manufacturers able to deliver real luxury? The new Mercedes. There's quite a few of them that are going to be out there. We'll find out. But let's take a look, if we could, at the markets as to what's going on. GameStop, you do get the feeling it's just on its way to a terrible place. Could be headed back into this whole zone here, another $4 or $5 lower. Now, every day has been a lower low. You do see that. That's swing lines attach it if there's a lower low without having anything else there to make it go. Wow. That's unbelievable. So the boys that are buying this, or the girls, and they're just holding on, they're in a world of pain. People have to learn when a downtrend develops how to trade it. You know, I keep talking to you about Bollinger Bands and the embedded reason, or when they're not embedded, what to do with it. This market's being dominated by that right now. I'm giving you a secret here. Pay attention and learn from it. Even if you get a rally in GameStop, look at all these moving averages you'd have to go back up through. That won't be easy. And what's the market doing? It kisses the band, gets to the right-hand side. I've said this to you now for 3 nights, and then it drops away again on it. And this is happening when you're embedded. Learn the power of that. Now, in all fairness, you haven't had an opportunity to sell a rally. Okay, so what? Don't do anything. AMC, fully embedded bearish reading. If you start dropping from here, I'm telling you, 3.25 is a real number. You're going to say, is he crazy? It's 912. It could drop 2/3. That's an ugly chart. And to make matters worse, you got something else brewing here. Suddenly, the 18-day average is getting ready to attack the green line, which is the 100-day averages. So you could end up with the 18 under the 100, the 100 over underneath the 200, a complete bear setup. Bankruptcy? I don't know. I don't know their balance sheet, but I know they're in a cash burn. Who wants to lend them money in this? And Cineworld's got problems and others. I'd be ultra cautious. Apple, look at how you're coming down. The world knows they're going to release their phone. But I think people are saying, if this recession is so bad, as much as I wanted that phone 2 weeks ago, and now I'm seeing everything around me going up in price, maybe I should wait a little bit. And I think that's what you're looking at to a degree. Now, it's running the lower Bollinger Band. It's 3 days of running it. If it keeps running it, be careful. You could embed the reading. And it would happen literally a day or two in front of that September announcement, because we have the Labor Day holiday, and then you got to add the days there and how many days before you can embed, and you don't have both numbers that are staying together under 20 yet. So it's a process. Disney, does anything look good to you here? Oversold, I'm the first to agree. Big bear trend. well off the highs that the market had. Let's call that in the near neighborhood of 126, and here you're pushing the 108, 110 area. That's a big break that Disney's feeling at this point. And as a chartist, if I took the name off the chart, the next support level, if it keeps dropping, is 108.14 to 106.75, the combination, which makes sense, of the 100-day average and the lower Bollinger Band. To negate the downtrend and break this pattern, not start a bull pattern, you have to get back over 114.75, the last rally high. In XLF, again, learn to work with Bollinger Bands. You're approaching the 32.75 level. There's my little Ivy. And as you get down there, you've got to keep your eye on what's going to happen here as you're in an oversold pattern at this point in time. On XLI, higher high, lower low. Now, for my money, if one were bearish, you're not embedded, you hit the combination of a 100-day average and a Bollinger Band, the gravy's off the table. I got the best part of the meat. Thank you, Mr. Butcher. You slaughtered that one, and I'll walk away. There's got to be better areas for me to play. Semiconductors, same thing. You're down to the 100-day average, and you're pushing that lower band, oversold market. That doesn't mean you can't drop further. It means you're trading it on air, the bearish air that's in the market. Home builders. Now, you get an idea that if you can get back over 61.71, you break the pattern of lower highs, lower lows. You're in a support zone. But how many days do we have here where we're trying to embed? Both numbers are under 20. Both numbers yesterday were under 20. The day before, they were not. Tomorrow's an important day. If both settle under 20, you're embedded, and that means, good rallies are what? Selling opportunities. I'm going to repeat again. Learn how to work. You're going into the fall and winter season now. Learn how to work with these bands and momentum with them. You open up yourself up another avenue. So XLE. XLE, when it lost the embedded reading, now follow me, right here. Right there. You lost it on Tuesday. Today's only Wednesday. I know what you're going to tell me, but we're looking for the 18-day average, and that's exactly what it went to. So you got a bit of an edge. Hey, I'm not right to trade, or I was right. The trend is up. It's still up, but a correction's going to happen. What do I want to do with it? Where's the market likely to go? If I want to absorb that and say, okay, I realize I've lost the embedded reading, I'm going to be overbought, then I got to go through a rebuilding process, I'm in it for the stay. You go to other things like saying, well, then it shouldn't get back under right here, this low of 77.48. Otherwise, that breaks that part of it. You get what I'm saying? You develop your game plan. Game plans are everything. Get one and you stick to it. The guy that just changes his plan every minute, he doesn't have a plan, and don't worry about him. He won't be around very long. GLD, you're trying to embed here too. So you went down to the Bollinger Band again. First time you got there, I said the shorts are going to cover. Now I'm going to say it again. I expect short covering, but it will be very, very minor if you embed. Both numbers are under 20. Both numbers were under 20 day 2, day 3. Guess what? You're embedded. So what does it mean? It means to me that I'll be looking for good rallies to do what? To probe the short side of the market now. Now, there's a way to do it. I teach it in my enhanced Bollinger Band course. It is not just selling the bounce. Certain things can't happen for that to happen, and certain things have to happen to do it. Okay? It's in 13 chapters. You learn it. GDX, not embedding. So it's being dragged with the gold market. Copper, you went from the upper band to the lower band, and as these bands narrowed in, I have been here telling you, I expect the market to now churn in that. That's just what I'm expecting. If I'm wrong, I'll let you know that. I don't see it. I see a higher high and lower low from the upper band to the lower band. TLT, this market's picking up momentum again. It's starting to go back into its downtrend. I believe the patterns are ready. I probably have these arrows wrong. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, but you're too oversold to go short, the way that I would chart. UUP, the dollar, you're at a key moment right now. If you're down tomorrow, do you lose the embedded reading? If you're under 79, you got to get out. If you're down tomorrow and you don't lose it, you got to hang in. The reason it's a key moment is FXE has lost the embedded reading. So here's a market, and we'll take a look at it together if it'll go back for me. There we go. This is what I wanted to do. Yesterday's close, not today, was 1936. Today you get a close when the market's over 21. My signal is to come out of shorts because the odds favor you going to the 18-day average of closes or higher. I never know how high, but I know my minimal goal. So from here, that could be another 50 cents. I get it. But if you went short in this area, you're walking away from a trade where you're not in any real trouble. And I can tell you in my morning subscriber video, I had done that. And I told the traders they had to be out if you're over 21. So you lose 40 cents, 30 cents, whatever it is. Not always that small, but it wasn't the big loss. And that's the important thing. And I'm wrong. I have to be out of that market. So those are the ways that you learn, you play with it, you see what you're doing. Folks, not every trade is ever going to work. In fact, you're going to be wrong a reasonable amount of them. That's why it's called trading. Investing, you're saying, oh, I got years on my opportunity. I'm not going to take a loss on that. How many of you say that to yourself all the time? You know, you can go to the weekly charts and do just what I'm doing, and now you're making investments versus trading. That's my opinion, at least, on that. You can make investments off longer-term charts. You can even carry it out to monthly, and you're in there for whatever. Of course, the risk factors are bigger because the parameters off a monthly chart are generally very wide. But there's different ways to do different things. One of them to learn is how to work with these Bollinger Bands with the momentum. I like it on the daily charts. Watch this, pay attention, and do yourself a favor and learn. I'm Ira. You have a good night.